I got a thumbnail review for you guys. It's been a while since I did one of these. I think the last one I did was one for a video from Chris Perillo. And this is on a John Hancock video called The Best Year for Game Releases. Now, how this works is, my feelings for the people, the YouTubers, for these thumbnail reviews does not factor in. So, hypothetically, a person that I see as a piece of human filth like John Hancock could potentially get a 10 in one of these thumbnail reviews. That's just how it works. Same goes for maybe someone that I might like. You know, I might review a Scott the Woz thumbnail, and he might get a 1 out of 10. You never know. So I'm going to be fair and objective here in my reviewing of this thumbnail. Now, getting right into this, the first thing that pops out is, of course, the yellow and red font. The yellow and red font, I tell you what, yellow and red, they just don't seem to go together that well as fonts. Okay, I understand it. He's trying his hardest. Yellow pops the most, especially off of a black background. But you know what? It might be petty here, but he should have went with something else other than red. Everybody knows you don't put warm colors right together like that. So I'm taking off a point for that. But I'm going to put a point right back on the board because unlike Chris Perillo's upload, you know, you got big font telling everybody exactly what the upload's about. All right? Now, you look to the right, I'm going to put a point on because he's got those interesting little clip arts there. Okay, it's a simple thing, but it is conveying a lot when you put that there to, you know, help the people understand what the video is going to be about. But you know what? I'm going to take a point off because he titled this Best Year for Game Releases. You know what? You could still have the consoles there, but probably put some game representations. I'm not seeing games. I'm seeing things you play games on. There you go. Again, some of you might think it's petty, but I'm taking a point off. Now we look at John Hancock here, and he's trying to convey that he's in deep thought. He's a thinking man in deep thought. To me, it just looks like a guy that's, you know, rubbing some taco sauce out of his beard. It's well documented he loves tacos. Not just on Tuesdays. He loves tacos. It's good, though. It's good. I'm not going to take a point off for that. I'm not going to take a point off for him rubbing, you know, taco stuff out of his beard. But I am going to take a point off for him looking at not the game consoles, but him looking, I'm going to draw a straight line here. Okay, look at this. Look at this. He's looking at the M on the game releases. It's a simple thing, but yeah, it's gonna be like that. It's gonna be like that. I'm gonna take a point off because he should be clearly looking at the focus of what he's thinking about. Right now, it looks like he's just, you know, looking at the text. Or if the text was not there, he'd just be looking into space. This could have been corrected. He can actually correct it now if he wants to. All right. A lot of these YouTubers, they can actually, after getting this criticism, they can change out their thumbnails if they want to. He could be tilted slightly forward. You know, just take yourself, John, and just tilt yourself a little bit to look at what you should be looking at. You know what a good thing is? His mouth is not agape. Oh, it's a given that you're going to get a point for not having your mouth agape, slapping wide open, showing your throat there. Yeah, so that's nice. That's a good thing. Going to put a point on there. So we went over the font, the fact that he's not looking at the games there. It just looks... Okay, here's the thing, right? Okay, he's supposedly a pro YouTuber. You know, he brags that he's closing in, you know, we're on that road, 100,000 and all that. He's supposedly a pro YouTuber. But two things. I'm going to take off 2 points for these two things. Look at, like, the outline. Look at him right there. Look at the cuts. You see all those little white marks and everything? That's very Bush League. That's very Bush League. You know, you could actually cover that up by having maybe like a white line around you. So if it was me, I would have probably done that. Another thing, it looks almost like he's running out of space in the thumbnail. Okay, look at the biggest offender here. Look at the question mark. Oh, look at that question mark. I could take off 2 points, but like I said, I'm just taking off 1 point for that. Well, I'm combining that with the Bush League stuff around, his body there. Look at the question mark. It is clearly almost, the red there, it clearly is almost cut entirely off. Look at that there. Look at that. I think he needs some help from professional thumbnail YouTubers, people that upload professional thumbnails. This is just very, very, the whole thing, what I'm saying, the whole thing. I could have been tougher on this, but John, I'm going to give you a 5 out of 10. 5 out of 10, I think that's fair. One last thing, John. You titled this video, Best Year for Game Releases. I'm curious, when's the next time going to be that you release any information on that game museum you're working on? The 5-year plan, Museum 2024? You going to give any update on that? What? I couldn't hear you, John. What was that?
Tacos, and this is true, so let's get the party hopping like a king.